Hello again, Arya and I are here to show you some more drawing techniques. Today we are going to be practicing shading using stippling. So what stippling means is instead of having like these smooth shading marks like we did last time, we're going to be putting a lot of little dots close together and far apart to make it look like it's shaded, either dark or kind of a light shading. So again, I'm going to be using a sphere because it's easy to show this technique, these shading techniques using spheres. So you're going to be seeing a lot of spheres in the next few days. So I got my circle. And last week we started out by kind of scribbling on the bottom here and then smoothing it out. This week it's going to be a little bit different. It's going to be a little bit more therapeutic. We're going to have to practice our patience. We are going to be putting dots. And we are going to be putting, you can be careful about them, you can be a little messy about them, whatever you want to try out is fine. But we are going to be putting these all along the bottom here. This technique is good either if you just want to have a different style to your drawings, or maybe this is a styrofoam ball and it has this texture to it. Alright, we're getting it good and filled in here. And you can take your time doing this. I'm going kind of quickly just so you guys don't have to wait around for me for so long. But I am covering the bottom part so it looks like it's decently well shaded. And then what we can do is, as we start moving up the sphere, if the light's coming from this way, there's not going to be as much shading at the top. And so we want to have our dots start to be farther apart. And so when the dots are farther apart, they don't appear to make this section of the sphere as dark. When they're closer together, it's not that I'm like pressing harder on either one of them. It's when they're closer together, they just make a darker impression on the sphere. And as I get more on here, you'll be able to see that. This technique is called stippling, in case you didn't catch it the first time. We're going to go all up here. Kind of, as we go up the sphere, we're keeping our dots further apart. You can always go back and add more dots if you need to. So maybe to kind of, because this kind of looks a little harsh going from this area to this area, maybe I'll add a few more, not like right in a straight line along here, but I'm kind of going up and down and adding a few more dots in this area so that it looks a little bit more smooth. And so we have a stippled shaded sphere. I could go more in detail with this if I want this bottom part to be really dark. I can almost make it look like it's completely full of these dots. In fact, some people, when they're using stippling, to save some time and sanity, they might, if they want an area that's like almost completely dark, they might even just kind of color it in with their pencil and then continue the stippling. So like if this area down here was really dark, to save some time so I don't do a whole bunch of dots in there, I could do this. I just have to be aware that then I need to make this area here a little bit darker as well, because that's going to be really harsh going from this area to that area, if that makes sense. If you are looking at your sphere and you're unsure whether or not it is convincingly shaded, one technique is to look at it from farther away. And if you look at it from a little bit further away, you'll be able to get it, you'll focus less on the little dots and focus more on the general image of the sphere to decide whether or not you think that it is well shaded. So practice that, and I would love to see your stippling drawings. Again, if you want to do a sphere, that's great. If you want to do a different shape or a different object, that's great too. Whatever you think is good would be perfect, and I would love to see the drawings that you complete. So please share those. Please comment on our Facebook posts about that, and I think that would be great to see what you guys are up to. Thank you for watching. Bye.